Good day, our dear panelists. Good day, Sir Clarence. Our title is Influential Factors on the Preparedness of Employees of Philippine National Bank During Fire Outbreak. The introduction and problems against in that scenario, the cause of the problem is lack of knowledge of every workers where there is a fire outbreak or other disaster. Here in the background of the study, we'll talk about the preparation of workers in case of fire outbreak. They need to know what to do and to reduce the possible bad things happen, especially to their health and safety. Advantage that they know the right fight the fire and people inside building must have adequate training. According to an article based on the reports of the Bureau of Fire Protection, the three major causes of fire incidents are electrical connection, lighting cigarette butts, and open flames. Example of electrical connection can cause fire once either electrical overload or short circuit happens and cigarette if it is being thrown away and accidentally touch the flammable material. The third is then the open flames such as candles, lamps, etc. may create fires if not given proper attention to it.
In our SOP, or the statement of the problem, is aims to investigate the fire safety awareness and preparedness of employees in PNB or the Philippines National Bank. Especially, it, it investigates the following terms. First is what is the profile of the respondent. Here, it includes the age, the gender, experience with fire outbreak, and lastly, experience with fire drill. The second is OP. What is the extent of the respondent knowledge on fire fighting equipments? Here, in SOP number 2, used to determine if the respondents have knowledge or they know how to operate each of firefighting equipments. And the next one, or the SOP number 3, is how do respondents perceive the advocacy of firefighting equipments in the building where they are working. In our SOP number 3 is used to investigate how the company owner or the employees will be prepared and already in fire outbreak.
What is the extent of respondents' awareness on fire safety? Need to be taught a basic training plan for safe exit from the workplace and knowledge of signs during fire outbreak. It has responsibility, a commitment, an obligation, it's common sense, teamwork, and safe work procedures. It's recognizing hazards and showing a willingness to act to control any hazard present. How do respondents perceive their level of preparedness when there is a fire outbreak in their workplace? You will know this through the fire alarm in the workplace, and telephone basic training will teach you how to know the level of preparedness. During a fire outbreak, you must always be prepared for what might happen and don't panic. Respondent level of preparedness according to their experience during fire outbreak and fire drill. There are no significant between the experience during fire outbreak and fire drill. In fire drill, if you take it seriously, you will understand it can happen in the workplace or in your home. Fire outbreaks are not easy. You need to study a good plan, etc., especially fire equipment. Is there a significant relationship between respondent level of preparedness and their knowledge level in firefighting equipment? Perception on the adequacy of firefighting equipment and the extent of fire safety awareness. It is important that you know how to use some more fighting equipment and before taking action in the workplace. Putting a fire prevention plan in a place can significantly reduce the extent of damage that a fire can cause and help to avert one from breaking out in the first place. A fire emergency evacuation plan details how you and your staff throughout the building can exit in a safe and appropriate manner.
These following sectors who will be benefited from the finding of the study. The first one is the Bureau of Fire Protection, the second is the bank manager, and the next is the safety department of the company, and the next one is the bank employees, and the last one is the future researcher. For the BFP, this research will be valuable to the BFP to give them a point of view on how the employees are doing in the terms of fire prevention, and if there are some additional solution to the problem for the company and employees by the BFP. For the bank managers, this research will help the bank managers to gain knowledge on what their employee are struggling with their drill or what they lack on this type of prevention. For the safety department, the safety department of the company will get an idea on how to improve the level of preparing the employees when dealing the fire outbreak. And for the bank employees, the employees will realize how prepared they are in a fire outbreak and encourage themselves more to participate seriously in every seminars inside or outside the company. And the future researcher, this research can be basis for the researcher to expand the topic and to open up the problem that won't be addressed just in this research. And this research can provide reference for the man.
Good day everyone, my name is Reniel Erendon and today I will discuss the review of related literature. This chapter presents a review of related literature and studies. Discussed herein are information taken from published book, journals, articles, and theses with content relevant to the study. A review of related literature is a detailed review of existing literature related to the topic of a thesis or dissertation. In a RRL or related review of related literature, you talk about knowledge and findings from existing literature relevant to your topic. It is true that you may not able to read everything that has ever been written about your topic. However, you are expected to cite some of the important books and journals, articles that have been written about your topic.
And for the conceptual framework of the study, in conceptual framework, our independent variables is the PNB employees, and the independent variables is the influential factors preparedness during fire outbreak.
What is research design? This study used the survey approach of conducting a research. Especially, it utilized the descriptive survey and correlational procedure. And the principal purpose of the researcher was to discover how the group responded, assess the parental influence on career choice of the student, and to find out the relationship between the two factors that affect the student about their choices in their life. The descriptive method was supplemented with the analysis of the student performance in their class.
This study was conducted at Philippine National Bank. This place was selected for knowing the efficiency of the study among bank employees.
In our research population, 52 employees working at PNB or the Philippines National Bank participated as our respondent. It composed 23 male and 29 female. The survey of the researcher is used to determine the influential factor of their preparedness and readiness during fire outbreak.
Good day everyone, my name is Romel Bautista Domingo from ES183. Today I will discuss the sampling method. The research used a simple random sampling method in which each has an equal change of being selected. A randomly selected sample is supposed to provide a fair representative of the entire population. The Philippine National Bank employees only qualified to be chosen as the respondent.
What is data gathering procedure? A letter of request, see Appendix A, was presented and submitted to branch manager of Philippine National Bank for the purpose of seeking permission to administer the survey instrument in Google form for gathering data as regards to personal profile, respondents' knowledge to operate firefighting equipment, adequacy of firefighting equipment, and fire safety.
And for the chapter 5, the summary of the findings, the first one is the respondent profile. Letter A is the age. The majority of the respondents are 23 to 27 years old with frequency of 25 years old. Letter B is the gender. Out of 52 respondents, 23 are male and 29 are female. Letter C, experience with fire outbreak. Out of 52 respondents, 30 have experienced or witnessed a fire outbreak, and 22 of our respondents who have not experienced or witnessed a fire outbreak. Letter D, experience with fire outbreak. So, out of 52 respondents, 41 have experienced joining a fire drill and 11 not have experienced joining or witnessed it. And the second one in the summary of the finding is about for respondents' knowledge to operate firefighting equipment. So the respondents perceive homogeneously that they are somewhat knowledgeable in operating fire hydrant, dry chemical extinguisher, hose reels, carbon dioxide extinguisher, and foam cylinder. However, there are several respondents who are not knowledgeable about the operating firefighting equipments. And the third in summary of the finding is about for respondent perception on the adequacy of firefighting equipments. And the respondent perceived homogeneously that fire detectors, smoke detectors, heat detector, fire hydrant, dry chemical extinguisher, hose reels, sprinklers, and fire blankets are all adequate. They are all adequate. And some of our respondents perceive homogeneously that carbon dioxide extinguisher and dry rises are not adequate. They are not adequate. And the fourth summary of the findings is about for respondent perception on fire safety awareness, and respondent perceive homogeneously that they are not very aware of signage indicating exit route, existing fire exits, designated location to meet outside the building, existing firefighting equipments, fire evacuation plan, fire safety procedure, mastering plan, location of key of evacuation doors, and installed smoke alarm. However, there are few respondents with frequency of 1 to 5 who are not aware about fire safety. And the fifth summary of the finding is about for respondent perception on preparedness, readiness during fire outbreak. And the respondents perceive homogeneously that they are prepared, ready to raise an alarm, bring the most important documents, leave escape routes, call emergency numbers, activate the closest fire alarm system, pack all their belongings, turn off any hazardous machinery, apply first aid, provide CPR, and take the injured to the hospital. However, there are few respondents who are somewhat prepared and or not prepared during fire outbreak with frequency of 1 to 10. And number 6 of the summary of the findings is about the comparative analysis between respondents' level of preparedness during fire outbreak. According to their experience in fire outbreak and fire drill, for the comparative analysis of the respondents' level of preparedness according to their experience during fire outbreak, the group 1 that composed of 30 employees are prepared, ready during fire outbreak. And while group 2 that composed of 10 employees is also prepared, ready during fire disaster. And there is no significance different between the level of preparedness, readiness of these two groups of employees. While for the comparative analysis on the respondents' level of preparedness according to their experience joining a fire drill, Group 1 that composed of 31 employees are prepared, ready during outbreak, while Group 2 that composed 9 employees is also prepared, ready during fire disaster. And there is no significance difference between these two groups. This level of preparedness, readiness of these two groups of employees. And now, lastly, for the summary of the findings, the number 7 is about 4 correlates of respondents' preparedness, readiness during fire outbreak. The respondents' knowledge to operate firefighting equipments, advocacy of firefighting equipments. Fire safety awareness have moderate to strong positive significance relationship with respondents. Preparedness, readiness during fire outbreak. Thank you.